Ever get the feeling someone you know, maybe really know, is holding back? Like there's a whole other world humming beneath the surface, just out of sight? What if I told you that for one specific group, that's not just a feeling, it's their reality? Buckle up, because today we're pulling back the curtain on the INFJ's secret double life, the side practically no one ever gets to see. Seriously, what's really going on behind those perceptive eyes? We throw around terms like introvert or empath, but the INFJ? Oh, they're in a league of their own. The rarest Myers-Briggs type, often called the advocate or the mystic. On the outside, they're the wise counselors, the passionate idealists, the ones who seem to get you on a soul level. They're the glue in friendships, the voice of reason in chaos, the ones radiating calm and deep understanding. The folks, that's just Act 1. Behind closed doors, when the audience vanishes, that's when the real show begins, a complex, often exhausting, deeply private inner world. This isn't about deception. It's about survival, depth, and a mind that never, ever switches off. Ready to peek behind the INFJ mask? 1. The exhausted empath, paying the price of deep feeling. Okay, let's cut straight to the core. That famous INFJ empathy? It ain't a superpower without a serious kryptonite. Imagine walking into a room and instantly feeling the weight of every unspoken worry, every hidden tension, every flicker of sadness or joy. It's like their nervous system is hooked directly into the emotional mains. They absorb it. That colleague putting on a brave face? The INFJ feels the tremor underneath. That friend's slightly too loud laugh? They sense the insecurity driving it. This isn't choice, it's wiring. And man, does it drain the batteries. Here's the secret double life kicker. After playing the compassionate listener, the insightful advisor, the emotional rock for everyone else, they're often running on fumes. Complete emotional emptiness. That serene, attentive face they showed you? Behind it, they might be counting the minutes until they can escape to absolute silence, utterly spent. It's not that they don't care. They care too much, down to their bones. But the toll is a profound exhaustion few ever witness. They retreat not to recharge with people, but to recover from the sheer intensity of feeling everyone else's stuff on top of their own. 2. The Solitude Paradox, craving connection, needing the void. This leads us straight into the INFJ's ultimate contradiction. They crave deep, meaningful connection like oxygen. They thrive on those soul-bearing conversations, those moments of true understanding. But simultaneously, they have a non-negotiable, almost desperate need for vast amounts of solitude. And we're not just talking about needing a quiet night in. We're talking about a profound requirement for empty space, physical, mental, and emotional. In their secret life, solitude isn't laziness or aloofness, it's essential infrastructure. It's the only place where the relentless internal noise, the analysis of every interaction, the worrying about global suffering, the churning of complex ideas and feelings can finally settle. It's where they process the emotional tsunami they've absorbed, where they untangle their own thoughts from everyone else's. They might long for connection, even feel lonely, but the thought of more interaction before they've had this crucial alone time? Pure, unadulterated dread. It's a balancing act they manage daily, often feeling slightly guilty about needing so much void. 3. The Hidden Insecurity, the imposter in the counselor's chair. This one's a real jaw-dropper for those who see the INFJ as unshakably wise and confident. Beneath that insightful, often calming exterior, lurks a fierce critic. INFJs hold themselves to impossibly high standards, morally, intellectually, creatively. They envision grand possibilities, perfect solutions, ideal outcomes. The gap between that vision and messy reality? It's a constant source of internal friction and, deep-seated insecurity. In their private moments, they replay conversations, agonizing over whether they said the right thing, if they truly helped, or if they were somehow inauthentic. They question their own insights. Was that really intuition, or just my own bias? They see their own flaws magnified, feeling like frauds despite the genuine help they offer others. That person who gave you such clear, compassionate advice? They might be lying awake later, dissecting their own perceived shortcomings. The double life here is the stark contrast between the external pillar of strength and the internal landscape of self-doubt. 4. The intensity furnace, when passion burns white-hot. INFJs aren't lukewarm. When they care about something, a cause, a creative project, a relationship, a principle, they care with a ferocious, all-consuming intensity. This isn't casual interest, it's a deep, soul-level commitment. In their secret life, this intensity is a roaring furnace. They'll spend hours, days, weeks lost in research, planning, crafting, perfecting. They'll think about it in the shower, while cooking, instead of sleeping. It's not just focus, it's near obsession. They visualize outcomes with startling clarity, feeling the potential success or failure viscerally. This hidden intensity fuels their drive to make a difference, create beauty, or fight injustice, but it can also lead to burnout if unchecked. It's a powerful, often invisible engine driving them forward, far beyond what anyone observing their calm exterior might guess. 5. The private pessimist versus the public idealist. Here's the cognitive dissonance that baffles even them. INFJs are fundamentally idealists. They believe in the potential for good, for growth, for a better world. They have to, or they couldn't function. This fuels their advocacy and compassion. But, and this is a massive but, in their secret double life, they are also profound realists, often veering into pessimism when looking at the current state of the world or human nature. Privately, they can see the flaws, the corruption, the pettiness, the suffering with devastating clarity. They wrestle with cynicism and despair, feeling the weight of the world's problems acutely. They constantly grapple with the chasm between their beautiful vision of what could be and the often harsh reality of what is. This internal tension is exhausting. The public face radiates hope and possibility because they genuinely believe in it on a fundamental level, while the private mind battles disillusionment and sorrow. They wear hope like a necessary shield while intimately knowing the reasons to despair. 6. The social chameleon, code switching as survival. INFJs possess an uncanny ability to adapt to different social environments. It's not about being fake, it's about deep observation and a genuine desire to connect and minimize friction. They quickly pick up on the vibe, the unspoken rules, the language of a group. In their secret double life, this is a highly active, often draining cognitive process. They might be the life of a casual party, for a short while, anyway. Engaging in light banter they find utterly superficial, all while internally craving substance. Later, they might be in deep philosophical discussion mode. They can speak corporate jargon when needed, then switch to poetic metaphors with a close friend. This chameleon-like ability helps them navigate the world and connect with diverse people, but it also means they rarely feel they can show their whole, unfiltered self in any one setting. The real INFJ is a mosaic only revealed in fragments, carefully curated for the audience and the context. The effort to constantly adjust? It's another hidden tax on their energy. 7. The INFJ door slam, the nuclear option you never see coming. This is perhaps one of the most dramatic and least understood aspects of the INFJ secret life. When pushed too far, by repeated betrayal, profound disrespect, toxic behavior, or a fundamental violation of their core values, an INFJ can perform what's known in the community as the door slam. And it's final. It's not a heated argument or a dramatic exit. It's a cold, silent, internal severing. They don't necessarily announce it. They simply withdraw completely and permanently. They cut off all emotional investment and connection. That person ceases to exist in their relational world. From the outside, it might seem sudden or extreme, but in their secret life, it's the culmination of countless ignored boundaries, dismissed feelings, and broken trust. They've analyzed, agonized, and tried everything internally. The door slam is their last resort for self-preservation, a protective wall built with the bricks of profound disappointment. It's a defense mechanism forged in the furnace of their hidden pain. 8. The unseen burden of future gazing. INFJs don't just live in the present, they're constantly projecting into the future. This isn't daydreaming. It's a complex, often involuntary, simulation engine running in their minds. They see potential outcomes, consequences, and possibilities branching out from every decision and event. It's like having multiple crystal balls, each showing a different what-if scenario. In their private world, this can be overwhelming. They might agonize over a simple choice because they vividly foresee potential negative ripples weeks, months, or even years down the line. They can feel paralyzed by the weight of, if I do X, then Y might happen, which could lead to Z. Conversely, they can get incredibly excited about a project because they see its potential impact so clearly. This constant future tripping is a hidden source of both anxiety and motivation, a relentless internal movie reel that few are aware plays on a continuous loop. 9. The secret rebellious streak, defying the advocate label. Beneath the surface of the helpful, principled advocate, many INFJs harbor a surprisingly fierce rebellious streak. They deeply resent arbitrary authority, rigid systems that crush individuality, and mindless conformity. Their idealism demands change, not just acceptance. In their secret life, they might fantasize about dismantling inefficient bureaucracies, challenge conventional wisdom in private journals, or passionately debate societal flaws, even if only in their heads. They admire unconventional thinkers and quiet revolutionaries. This inner rebel often clashes with their desire for harmony and their role as a helper. They want to fix the system, sometimes radically, not just help people cope within a broken one. This tension between healer and reformer is a potent, hidden current. 10. The creative cauldron, where depth finds expression. For many INFJs, their secret life isn't just about retreat, it's also about intense creation. That rich inner world needs an outlet. This might manifest as writing journals, poetry, stories, blogs, music, painting, photography, crafting, coding, or deeply involved hobbies. It's not always for public consumption, often it's deeply personal. This private creative space is where they process complex emotions, explore philosophical questions, and give form to their unique perspective. It's cathartic and essential. They might spend hours lost in this flow state, emerging only when reality intrudes. The depth and intensity they bring to these private pursuits are usually unseen, revealing facets of their soul they rarely share openly. 11. The tyranny of should, living under self-imposed law. INFJs have a powerful internal compass, guided by strong values and ethics. But in their hidden life, this compass can transform into a relentless taskmaster, the voice of should. I should be helping more. I should be further along by now. I shouldn't feel this way. I should be able to handle this. This internal dialogue is constant and demanding. They feel a profound sense of responsibility for others' feelings, for social justice, for living up to their own high ideals. The gap between is and should is a frequent source of hidden guilt and frustration. They hold themselves accountable to standards they would never dream of imposing on others, creating an invisible pressure cooker of expectations. 12. The silent scream, when the depth becomes too much. Despite their resilience, INFJs aren't invincible. The cumulative weight of their empathy, their idealism clashing with reality, their isolation, and their intense inner world can become crushing. In their most secret moments, they can experience periods of profound sadness, existential angst, or a feeling of being utterly alien and misunderstood. This isn't necessarily clinical depression, though they can be susceptible. It's more a deep soul weariness, a crisis of meaning. They might feel overwhelmed by the world's pain, despairing at human nature, or simply exhausted from the sheer effort of navigating their own complexity. They rarely show this depth of despair openly. They soldier on, appearing functional, even helpful, while internally weathering a silent storm. Reaching out for help feels counterintuitive to their role as the helper, making this inner struggle even more isolating. Conclusion. So, there you have it. The INFJ's secret double life isn't about deception. It's about profound depth, intense sensitivity, and a mind that operates on levels most of us rarely experience. It's a life of constant negotiation between empathy and exhaustion, connection and solitude, soaring ideals and grounding realities, fierce compassion and necessary detachment. They walk among us, the quiet listeners, the insightful advisors, the passionate advocates. But now you know a little more about the hidden currents that flow beneath that calm surface. The exhaustion after absorbing your pain. The fierce need for solitude to quiet the storm. The intense inner fire driving their passions. The silent battles with self-doubt and the weight of the world. Understanding this double life isn't about prying. It's about appreciating the incredible complexity and resilience of the INFJ. It's recognizing the immense cost of their gifts and the profound strength it takes to navigate their inner world while still showing up for others. They crave authenticity, deep connection, and a world that aligns more closely with their values. To the INFJs watching, your depth is not a burden. It's a rare and beautiful lens on the world. Protect your energy, honor your need for solitude, and know that being understood might be rare, but being appreciated for your whole, complex self? That's priceless. And to everyone else? Maybe the next time you encounter an INFJ, you'll see not just the calm counselor, but the whole, intricate, secretly navigating human being behind the eyes. Thanks for diving deep with us today.